Okay, come on. Give me idea how to find gradient.
Y itu.
Okay, we so we see if given to us 2 points, then we can use the what? The formula, this formula. Okay, m equal to what? M equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus.
X2 minus X1.
Okay, good. And then we're going to substitute the value. Okay, if you take this as 1, then this is going to be 2. So this is 0.1, this is 0.2. So y2 is this, negative 7. Is y2. Okay, negative 7 minus y1 is this 5. Minus 5 divided by x2, refer to this 2 minus x1 is negative 1. Okay, do not forget negative. Negative 1. Okay, you know the how to solve this lah. You learned this very so many at form 4 form 1. Okay, so negative 7 minus negative 5 is what? Negative
2.
negative 2 benda pula. Do you still got
12.
negative 12 don't you have a problem with this anymore? 2 minus 1, what is the answer?
3.
Okay, 3 minus, multiply, minus, become positive. So it is as 2 plus 1, 3. And then can simplify. Okay, we simplify with 4, and we got the last answer is negative 4. So now we got the value for gradient, that is negative 4. Okay, let it stay aside. Now let's focus how to get C. How to get C. So what is your idea how to get C? How to get C?
Buat algebra.
Buat algebra.
Substitute value.
Algebra of what? What
Substitute
equation?
value.
Substitute value to where?
Substitute value gradient
Okay.
into y equal to mx plus c.
Okay, first we going to need the general equation of straight line y equal to mx plus c. Like this. Okay, and then this is when we substitute all the value that we know. Okay, now we know the value of m, that is negative 4. Okay, we want to find c, but how do we get this y and x? Where do we get this value y and x?
Ambil point first.
Salah satu koordinat tu.
Yes, we can take only one coordinate. Okay, all we need. Given here 2 coordinate, actually we can take either this or this, doesn't matter. Don't worry, the result will be the same. Okay, either you take this or this. So which one do you want? 1 or 2? No, Aini, which one do you want? 1. Okay, let's go for 1. Now for this one, y is 5. Okay, we're going to replace there 5 as 5 equal to m, we come to know negative 4. X is negative 1 and plus C. So start from here, and the work after, you don't need my help, you can do it yourself. Okay, but still I have to show to you. Equal to, what is the answer here?
5.
Huh?
4. 4, 4, 4, 4,
4.
4. Positive
Ish.
4.
Why is that? I feel I feel doubt. I feel doubt on
know.
you.
No need.
You still ada, even a simple thing you still.
Kalau silap tu.
That is not silap, because you always make that the same mistake, you know. Always make the same mistake. That's what make me worry. Is that my teaching something wrong with it? That you, I don't know how to say.
Subject.
Why you always make same mistake? What make me worry the most? Okay. And then what? I need to ask you the step by step, because I want to see if you will make another mistake. A simple one. Okay. What is C?
C equal to 5 minus 4.
Okay. It is like we take this 4 to the other side, and we flip this already. It becomes 5 minus 4. So, so what is the final answer? Even this, I have a doubt you able to do it. What is it, Madiha?
1.
Okay, 1. So at last we get the answer, the value of C equal to 1. Now, remember, now we have M, and then we have C. Enough information for us to determine the equation of the straight line. So again, we come back to the general equation, y equal to mx plus c, and we're going to substitute only these two values, that is m and c, and all that it needs to determine the equation, y equal to negative 4x and c is positive 1. That's all. It's how easy it is. Okay, how easy it is. Oh, if you excuse me, I got a call to answer. Okay, where are we? Okay, here it is, how to determine the equation. Don't worry, there's still waiting for you a lot exercise to do. So you see, okay, the same as the answer provided. Now let's move to example 13. The diagram on the right shows straight lines PQ and RS. Given that straight line PQ is parallel, a very important key, parallel to the x-axis, okay, and straight line RS is parallel to the y-axis. Determine A, the equation of the straight line PQ. What is the equation? And B, the equation of straight line RS. Okay. Big earlier idea for you. The idea for you, is the equation is very simple. The equations is very simple. Okay, why? Because the straight line is, remember, if the line is either horizontal or vertical, they no needs to find the M and C. We just what? Do you still remember? We just need to state what when we come to mention the straight line equation. So what is A? Aini, what is A? Hello? Do you hear me? All of you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What?
Dengar.
Okay. Then find me the equation for PQ. Aini.
Tak faham macam mana cikgu nak?
Ha. Tak apa.
Dia soalan dia saya faham, soalan cikgu saya tak faham.
Soalan cikgu ialah A lah. Soalan cikgu ialah soalan dia lah. Find the equation of straight line PQ lah.
Okey. Apa ni? Y sama dengan 4x plus C
Y equal to
plus 4x plus xy 2.
ha? Plus 2. Wait, what is your idea? What is your idea?
A plus 4.
Plus
Xy
4?
ha 4.
Where do you get this 4? So this line here got the value for M lah. That is 4.
Saya cikgu saya tengok balik.
Tengoklah balik. Maria, you find equation for RS. Oh Maria, saya senyap je ni.
Boleh.
Ini sangat senang ni. Don't need to do any work, you know.
Ni cikgu nak equation
Just one look. Equation only, equation.
yang y is x tambah c tu antara dua point tu ke? Cikgu nak equation dua point tu ke?
Yalah antara 2 point ni, ya.
Apa ni, y sama dengan 0x tambah 4.
0x tambah 4.
Kenapa?
Kenapa kosong?
Sebab khas gradient dia kosong.
Okay, kosong. Okay, good. A good idea to begin with. Okay. Again, I'm going to write it like there. 0x plus what?
4.
Okay, why 4? Why you say 4? Why 4 here?
Sebab dia punya set mana tu saya y intercept dia 4. xy Sebab y intercept dia 4.
Okay, so the idea is this line intercept at y axis at 4, correct?
Yeah.
You're not sure? Are you referring to this solution?
No, saya buat dia kira. Tapi soalan cikgu meninggal.
No, cannot refer to this solution. Refer to your own way of thinking. How to solve this? Okay, where does this 4 coming from? Do you know C?
Di point tu lah.
C, which point? Is this point or this point?
Ni, belah kiri.
Okay.
MM.
Okay. And then?
Lepas tu saya kata y sama dengan 0x tambah 4.
Y sama dengan apa?
0x. Oh, kosong tu kena buang
Apa saya kosong kena buang pula?
Tak, saya dah tanya cikgu kena buang ke? Tengok cikgu dah pening ni.
Dah, okey. Kenapa M dia kosong?
Sebab saya buat Y2 tolak Y1 tu.
Oh, okey, bagus. Maka kamu
Dapat kosong
dapat
tu.
kosong, okey. Lepas tu, kenapa masih ada X?
Lepas tu,
Lepas tu.
Sebab
tak ada X
dia,
lah.
dia ada X.
Kenapa masih ada X ni?
Awak tak ada pula.
Awak kena ada. Awak tak ada pula, awak kena ada X.
Sebab X lah.
Mana boleh?
Sebab X tu rujuk kosong tu. Kosong yang M tu.
Ha? Kan cikgu bagi tahu dulu. Apa sahaja benda darab dengan kosong.
Kosong tadi tak kena letak X lah.
Tak payah letak dua-dua ni.
Okey, jadi Y sama dengan 4.
Tak boleh. Y sama dengan 4 sajalah.
Cikgu tekan saya. Cikgu nak step by step. Saya habang lah step by step. Saya betul je sebenarnya.
Okay. My bad. Okay. The final answer is this equation is the horizontal one, PQ, as simple as we state the y-intercept only. Y equal to 4. That's
Cikgu.
all. Yeah.
Kalau dua-dua point tu kan, Y
Yeah.
dia sama nombor dia, kita boleh terus tulis Y sama dengan 4. Macam ni kan Y dia dua-dua 4.
Betul. Jangan risau. Kalau ada titik yang ketiga pun, keempat pun, ke 1000 pun, kalau semua titik tu duduk dalam satu garis horizontal yang sama, memang mana nak boleh labelkan line dah. Memang Y-nya sama dengan 4 sajalah. Yang nombor akan berubah nombor depan ni saja, nombor X ni saja. Dia pergi ke kanan atau ke kiri X. Tapi 4 ni pada level ni adalah sama saja. Dia tak naik atas, tak turun bawah. Okey. Itu pasal nak pakai mana-mana titik pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Untuk dapatkan nilai y-intercept tu. Itu saja. Okay, you got the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mariha. Find us the...
Cikgu.
Ya.
Kita tak payah buat jalan kira pun kan. Boleh tahu dah sebab dua tu
Betul.
sama. Tapi
kita tak perlu
lepas tu apa yang duduk buat kat bawah tu?
Buat kat bawah ni sebab nak terangkan pada orang yang otak macam kamu ni.
Otak macam saya.
Tak sebenarnya kami pandai je.
Okay.
Lepas tu dia kata apa tu? Undefined. Apa maksud undefined tu? Tak boleh nak abang.
Okay. Zero divide by whatever the number except 0 is equal to 0, correct?
Cikgu, kita bukan B je. B.
Dah, betul lah. Cikgu is about to answer your question lah. Do you know what? The same one, you always make the same mistake when come to division involving 0. You always confuse between 0 divided by 4 and 4 divided by 0. They are not the same, not the same. The answer is different. The answers are different. 0 divided by 4 equal to what, Mariha?
0 divided by 4 equal to 0.
0. 4 divided by 0?
Jadi 4 divided by 0.
Jadi 4 divided by 0? What is that? Where do you learn that?
4.
4 divided by 0 equal to 4? Aduh.
Tak boleh.
Apa yang tak bolehnya? Boleh 4 divided by 0 equal to what? You don't know?
Error.
Math error. The value is way too many. Almost we cannot we cannot be able to count it. The value is too many. Okay, the value is continuously. There will be no end to the answer. So 4 divided by 0 is infinity. Or sometimes they use this term, undefined. Okay. So yeah, the books is correct. They say 4 divided by 0 is undefined. Correct. Maria, you understand?
Understand.
So how?
Lepas tu kan cikgu nak tanya.
Ya.
Kenapa dia buat jalan kira ni? Untuk apa?
Untuk tunjukkan, fahamkan kamu yang tak faham ni. Itu pasal dia buat.
Jadi salah dia lah cikgu, bukan salah kami.
Tak, salah kamu. Bukan
Dia
salah
memang
dia. Kan kita dah belajar ni. Tidakkah kita dah belajar ni?
Belum.
Belum ke?
Ya.
Belum.
Are you sure?
Belum.
Very sure.
Belum benda ni. Dah belajar dah ni. Muka surat 230. Cuba tengok balik. Ni.
Tapi itu straight line. Bukan 2 point.
Tak. Straight line atau 2 point ke 3 point ke 1000 point sekalipun. Kan kita dah belajar. Ni kita dah belajar dah ni. Loh.
Cikgu.
Ya.
Kan dia tanya equation RS tu kan. Perlu ke cari gradient dia?
Tak perlulah bila mata kamu dah tengok straight line tu adalah betul-betul tegak, vertikal dan betul-betul horizontal. Kalau betul-betul tegak maksudnya dia punya gradient dia always equal to 0 lah. Kan? So 0 multiply x, we can take away both of them. Kan? Kan.
Patut dia tak tulis.
Itu pasal dia tak tulis. Cuba tengok ni. Kan? Tengok dia punya equation dia apa dia? Equation straight line ni. Dia horizontal kan? Maknanya dia punya gradient dia adalah undefined
Yes.
Sorry, 0. Okay, 0, sorry. 0. Jadi 0 multiply x, we don't have to put 0 multiply x lah. And all that is left only is value of c. And c refer to where the lines passing through on scale of y axis. That is at 4. At the scale of 4. So we just simply determine this equation, straight line, horizontal straight line, as simple as we mention where the y intersect. That is y equal to k, such that. Simple like that. Or y equal to 4. Just like that. Simple. We don't need any calculation. We don't need any calculation. In the solution provided, of course, they still need to teach you about this because they believe you will still make the same mistake. You will still make the same mistake. So this is why they need to show to you once again the process. Do you understand?
Yes.
And for this straight line, that is what we call vertical straight line. So what is the gradient for vertical straight line? That we come to know is infinity. So how do we supposed to determine the to write the equation of the straight line? Is it going to be like this, mx plus c? Okay, so see here, since it is a straight line, since the straight line here, vertical straight line can never be able passing through this y, correct? This straight line can never intercept this y, correct? Because this straight line is parallel to y-axis, and we know that for both line that is parallel to each other, they will never be able intercept among them at what point? They will never be able intercepted between them. Do you understand that? So this is why
Yes.
we can never have the value of c, the value of y-intercept, because vertical line is parallel to y-axis. Okay, so we got no c, we got no c to mention. Okay, we got no c. We do not require c, And now, you know that this vertical line, the gradient is what? Is infinity, correct? Infinity. Will you write it like this? Infinity x, like that? Will you write it like this? No, mathematician, they never write it like this. Why? S0 multiply whatever the number is equal to 0. Both eliminated. So does this infinity multiply whatever the number also become infinity, correct? Because infinity is infinity already, multiply whatever the number will become infinity too. So the last thing will happen is y equal to infinity. If you tell somebody, please show to me, draw to me y equal to infinity, will they be able to locate where the straight line, vertical straight line going to be? They cannot. Okay, they don't know where to put this y, this straight line on infinity. They don't know. So this way of stating the equation is wrong. So rather than this is why when come to determine the equation of a straight line, it just as simple as we mention where the vertical straight line passing through intercept at x-axis. Like this case here, this vertical straight line passing through at x-axis at scale -3. So to mention the equation is just by mentioning the intercept on x-axis only. That is y equal to, x. It is correct. X equal to -3. This is the name of the straight line. X equal to -3. Then if you tell somebody, please draw the straight line, which is the equation of the straight line is x equal to -3. Then they know where to draw the straight line, the vertical straight line. Do you understand? And so does this line here. Okay. If you tell somebody to draw straight line which the equation is x equal to 4. So then they know how to how and where to draw this straight line. That is, they need to draw vertical like this. Vertical passing through at scale of 4 on x-axis. Okay, this is why we don't need to mention the gradient and also the c. They both doesn't need them both. We just because we just only need to mention all we need to know is the where the line passing through at x-axis, that is 4 in this case. Then they more than enough they able to draw the straight line passing through this 4. Do you understand me? How about if this straight line here be at this really up on this y-axis? How do we mention the equation? How? Hello? Do you understand my question? If this line here, now it be there, right on the y-axis, then how do we mention this vertical line? What is the name?
Y.
Is by mentioning, still we mention the same. What is the reading on x-axis? What is the intercept?
Zero.
Zero sajalah. So this line here, the equation is x equal to 0 Itu sajalah. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so does this line here. Before we know the name of this line is y equal to 4, correct?
4.
Now this line here be there, right on x-axis. Right on x-axis. Now try to give the name of the line.
X equal to 0.
No, wrong. X equal to 0 is vertical.
Y equal to 0.
Y equal to 0.
Tapi dia ke melintang.
Dia ke melintang. Kalau dia ke melintang ni, nilai apa yang banyaknya? Nilai apa yang banyaknya? Nilai X. Nilai X yang banyaknya. Nilai X yang infinity-nya. Tapi nilai Y-nya tetap 1 je. Betul tak? Nilai Y-nya tetap 1 saja.
Ya.
Kamu tak boleh bayangkan itu kah? Ni cikgu ada pembaris panjang ni, nampak? Guna untuk rotan. Okey. Kalau dia horizontal macam ni, maksudnya nilai Y dia kat titik ni berapa? Kosong kan? Titik ni?
Ya.
Berapa?
Kosong.
Kosong ni? Ni?
Semuanya kosong.
Ni. Semua kosong. Kalau menceritakan nilai Y-nya, kan? Itu pasal kita cerita nilai yang bagi satu je jawapan. Kalau nilai kamu dari segi X pula, X-axis memang nilainya banyak lah kan. Sini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kalau merujuk pada nilai X. Jadi kita tak akan nak bagi nama garis ni akan nama yang akan nilai yang banyak ni, terlalu banyak ni, infinity buang masa je, letih kita. Tapi kita adalah betul jika kita bagi nama pada straight line itu yang hanya ada satu saja, hanya ada satu nilai sahaja, dengan menyebut nilai Y Dalam kes ni nilai y saja sentiasa kosong Sentiasa kosong Boleh faham tidak? Okey. Sama juga keadaannya bila terbalik macam ni. Okey, nilai apa pula ni yang daripada bawah ke atas atau atas bawah? Berapa nilai y sini? Berapa nilai y ni? Berubah lah kan? Ada banyak lah kan nilai y, betul tak? Ada banyak Ini kosong bagi y. Ni 1 bagi y, 2 bagi y, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sampai atas. Bawah ni negatif 1, negatif 2, negatif 3 sampai bawah. Betul tak? Kan? Jadi letih lah macam ni. Kan? Jadi tapi kalau menceritakan tentang x, nilai x, berapa nilai x kat sini? Kat kosong ni. Kosong kan? Berapa nilai x dekat sini?
Berubah.
Berubah? Berapa nilai x kat atas kosong ni? Bukan nilai y, nilai
Kosong.
x. Kosong. Kosong juga ni. Kat atas ni?
Kosong.
Kosong juga atas ni. Kosong
Kosong.
juga.
Semuanya
juga.
kosong.
Semua kosong kat bawah. Kosong juga. Kosong. Ini kan lebih mudah. Kalau nak sebut nama garis ni, kita sebut apa? Kita sebut pada nilai x-nya dan bukan nilai y-nya. Faham atau tidak? Kan? Dia faham ke? Kalau dia anjak sikit ke tu? Okey? Sama juga nilai y-nya tu banyak lah. Okey? Tapi nilai x-nya itu intercept-nya itu tetap pada satu nilai x saja kan? Contohnya dia intercept kat 1. Dia intercept kat 1 nilai x. Jadi macam mana kita kaedah nak namakan vertical line ni? Dengan menyebut y-nya ke atau menyebut x-nya? Lebih mudah. Mana satu? Kalau sebut
Menyebut
y-nya,
x.
dengan kita mention dia punya x dia berapa. Sebab there is only one answer. Kalau kita mention dia punya y dia jenuh, infinity. Hak mana satu antara infinity tu, tak tahu. Boleh faham tidak? Alah cerita horizontal dengan vertical je pun. Takkan kamu dah keliru. Dua benda je pun dibandingkan. Bukan bandingkan banyak benda serentak. Dua benda je pun dah. Takkan keliru dah.
Faham.
Faham lah untuk lah ni. Cikgu patut rekod kat kejadian ni. Tak lagi bila buat had berikutnya bertemu balik konsep yang sama tu, sudah. Kamu cakap mana pernah lalui lah apalah. Kan? Aduh.
Ya.
Why. Okey, ingat tangkap apa? Tangkap apa? Ingat lagi dulu apa dia?
Kepala.
Tangkap ular.
Tangkap kepala ular. Maka semua badan dia di tengah dan ekornya belakang sekali semua akan ikut akan ikut keluar. Jadi tapi kalau kamu tangkap ekor, apa jadi? Kalau kamu tangkap ekor,
Tersesat. Mati.
tangkap ekor, kepala dia pun patah balik, patuk tangan kamu. Jadi bukan kamu dapat tangkap dia yang dapat tangkap kamu. Jadi itulah dia. Dan kalau binatang yang kita nak tangkap tu dia lemah, kita tangkap ekor dia sanggup. Kadang-kadang dia survival, dia punya survival dia tinggi, dia sanggup putuskan ekor dia kan. Dia sanggup putuskan ekor dia. Contohnya macam apa? Macam cicak
Cicak.
Kita tangkap ekor dia, kita dapat ekor dia saja. Kita tak dapat kita tak akan dapat seluruhnya itu. Jadi nak dapat seluruhnya itu, badannya itu, kena tangkap kepala. Takkan ekor pula putihkan diri dia, ekor yang cabut lari. Tinggalkan dia punya kepala. Tak benar ekor cabut lari. Tapi tangkap kepala cabut lari, tinggalkan ekor. Tu adalah. Boleh faham ke tidak? Okey Sekejap ya.
Kesempatannya saudara. Hari ini kegiatan saya atau aktivitas saya saudara, saya akan mencoba mencari umpan pumpun dengan cara yang berbeza saudara. Cara yang lebih mudah. Mudah-mudahan pumpun lebih mudah kita dapat saudara. Kita menggunakan salah satu bahannya, itu saya ada tepung ni saudara. Tepung saya boleh tengok. Tepung tepung gandum dan juga menggunakan air ni saudara. Saya tidak ada air beras atau apa, saya guna rinjis ke. Nanti kita tengok hasilnya saudara. Kita tunggu sampai dia keluar. Itu dah keluar berarti. Kita boleh tengok cacing laut dah mulai keluar atau pumpun kita cuba ambil ni nampak saudara. Ini juga nampak kita cuba ambil dulu
Tangkap kepala. Tangkap kepala, baru dia apa? Dia nak ikut Kalau tangkap ekor, dia akan putuskan ekor dia. Betul. Putus. Sebab ini patut dia picit betul-betul kat kepala tu. Dia kena picit tekan kuat. Tangkap kepala dan picit. Okey.
Dah boleh tengok Kita cuba ambil dulu yang ni. Kita boleh tengok tu keluar panjang Kita cuba ambil dulu
Okey, dia kena tangkap kepala, bukan tangkap badan ke tangkap ekor, salah. Jadi kamu fikir balik, adakah cara kamu belajar selama ni
Kita tunggu sampai
kamu tangkap kepala atau barangkali kamu tangkap badan atau ekor? Jadi cara belajar yang salah. Okey, nampak tangkap kepala. Sebenarnya dia kena picit kepala ni baru dia akan lepaskan genggaman Okey. Jadi kamu nanti praktis macam ni pergi gali cacing kat belakang rumah. Betul. Cuba try pegang kepala dia. Kalau siapa yang tak boleh sangat matematik ni,
dia putus pula saudara
putus lagi ada. Sebenarnya kena orang ni dia tak picit patut dia picit. Okey. Kamu dapatlah idea lah. Bolehkah? Fahamkah? Apa yang kamu fahamnya?
Faham.
Tak faham juga nak buat macam mana. Ikan dalam laut pun dia cuba tangkap kepala. Dia cuba tangkap kepala. Bukan tangkap ekor ke badan ke, salah.
It's not quite as easy as having your three tools, pliers, Achilles and your stocking. When you an example, almost in under his head, grab it. pull too hard, let him go a little bit.
Tengok, dia tangkap kepala, dia ketik kepala.
Get a hand around him with some sand.
Ini dia punya rumput lagi besar.
Hold him there. Next hand. Let him kick down further. Another handful of sand and worm at the same time, and slowly pull him out. Slowly, slowly.
Okay.
Look at that.
Bila tangkap kepala, senang.
Another green hand.
Kena pegang sikit kepala.
A lot easier to catch. Great bait. Another little trick, guys, is get these plastic beach worming pliers. I'm not sure what brand they are.
Apa pakai
Wilson,
plier,
I'm not sure.
senang nak tepuk kepala.
You want to see what I'm doing? Green head, this one. I want to give them a really good firm grip. So cut that end off, guys. That's a good tip.
Itu apa dia? Itu keropok.
Green head, this one.
Keropok apa? Twisties ya. Keropok twisties. Jadi dia letak kat permukaan tu. Jadi benda rumput ni dia boleh bau. Dia akan naik kepala dia.
Starting to slip here.
Jadi boleh tangkap.
Another one. Keep digging. Another grip on him. Slowly pull, just really gently, and then they pop basically. Don't force them unless they pop.
Okay,
Once you feel
tengok.
their legs go, then you can pull them
Sampai
out.
elok tak
Just
terputus
gently,
sampai ke
gently edge them out
ekornya.
until they go.
Gitulah dia.
Alright guys, worked our way up the
Kita
beach
tengok
here.
macam mana ikan pula tangkap. Ikan tangkap apa ni? Ikan tangkap. Macam mana ikan cari rezeki dia? Macam mana ikan makan cacing kan? Fish catch worm. How fish catch worm from bottom sea. Tak tahu ada tidak ah. Dulu ada gambar macam mana ikan ni cari makan umpan cacing daripada dasar lautan keluar. Iaitu dengan ikan tu cuba hembus permukaan air. Cuba hembus. Bila hembus tu jadi cacing laut tu dia bau. Dia bau apa? Dia bau ikan tu. Hembusan ikan tu dia pun keluar kepala. Lepas tu ikan tu pun
We are a top of the line bro.
snatch. Ikan tu bertangkap apa ni? Kepala apa ni? Kepala cacing tu. Jadi ikan tu tak tarik ya. Dia tahu kalau ikan tu tahu kalau tarik ini putus. Jadi dia picit ya, digigit kuat. Apa nama ni? Kepala cacing tu. Jadi cacing tu pun surrender lah. Terpaksa ikut tarik keluar semua badan dia dan ekornya sampai habis. Jadi video tu tak ada. Kalau ada cikgu boleh tunjuk lah. Okey boleh lah. Ada apa-apa soalan setakat ni? Sampai mana tadi? Okey jadi itulah dia belajar dengan menangkap kepala konsep. Kepala itulah dipanggil konsep. Konsep. Kamu kuasai konsep. Kamu kuasai apa ni? Cara selesaikan masalah. Okey Jadi kalau kamu tengok nampak macam dia punya jalan kira ni serabut lah. Ini sebenarnya tak perlu buat macam ni. Kamu terus pada macam ni je terus boleh. Y equal to 4 je. Y equal to 4 je. Nah. Okay. Kemudian untuk vertical ni hanya sebut dia punya x intercept saja, iaitu x equal to, kalau x ni, kalau point ni kita saja dia bagi lebih point kalau 1 point pun dah cukup sebab vertical tapi kalau dia bagi lebih pun kamu tengok apa yang kekal samanya ialah nilai 2 ni nilai x. Jadi ya nilai y berubah. Okey, boleh berubah je macam-macam nilai y ni sepanjang ni. Tapi nilai x nya kekal sama 2 sahaja. Jadi daripada mention benda yang bernilai infinity tak apa terlalu banyak, lebih baik mention benda yang bernilai sama saja 2. Maka itulah kaedah yang yang mudah untuk menamakan vertical line dengan horizontal line hanya menyebutkan mereka berpintas dekat mana, intercept dekat mana. Okey. Dia idenya kalau untuk vertical line dia akan intercept dekat x axis only Untuk horizontal line dia hanya akan y intercept dekat y axis. Okey Itu pasal horizontal line PQ kita mentionkan y equal to what. Dan for vertical line we mention x equal to what. As simple as that. Okay. So a little activity for you. Make sure you do this, all of this. They give to you only 2 points. Okay, and then they want you to determine the equation. That is the idea. Okay, find the equation. But you know what? Maybe you're going to encounter, maybe once you want to find the gradient, then you found that the gradient is equal to 0 or infinity, then you should know already what does it mean. That the line either, if the gradient is 0, means that the line is horizontal. So you just need to mention y-intercept. If you find that the gradient is infinity, then you know that the line is vertical. Then you just need to mention the x-intercept. You understand? That's all the idea. Until we meet, so we have come to end of our class. We shall meet again. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, cikgu.
Okay.